Which also reminds me, at the end of this video, or do it now, pause it, do it now, share this out. Because when they hear something that they don't like, they're going to pump the brakes on getting this out to people. It happens all the time to me. That's the problem about sharing the truth, that, you know, they don't always want everyone to know. Coffee mate, woo! I used to love me some coffee mate, especially that flavored stuff, until I found out what I was actually eating. Have you heard the rumor about Americans being fed poison? It's so serious that Texas is looking into banning Kellogg's altogether from schools and military. They're calling this thing the Great American Poisoning. Have you heard the latest on garlic and why they need to bleach it white? Would it be too far to say that it's because it's grown in sewage? The things that I have to tell you today are gonna blow your mind. But you guys asked for more information on it, so I've got it.
No, I want him to come back with a report as to what he thinks. We're going to find out a lot. We're doing two things. We're going to have tremendous cost savings will come out of this. That's a minimum. And we're also going to have, and I think, very serious discussions about certain things, whether it's pesticides. Europe doesn't use pesticides, and yet they have a better mortality rate than we do. They don't use pesticides. In fact, they use it as an excuse not to take our farm product.
Very few Americans know that Kellogg sells a safer version of their cereals without artificial food dyes or carcinogenic preservatives in other countries. They use more chemicals in the U.S. version because it is more profitable and because we allow them to.
Profit over people. Yeah, you might think, well, it has way more ingredients. How can it be more? It's because they're not using the pricey, real, natural, organic ingredients that we once used. No, they're making synthetics, fakes, and then adding fake color, which has its own toxins. I could do a whole video just on that, and it would probably be too long.
We spend billions and billions of dollars on pesticides, and something bad's happening. Again, you take a look at autism today versus 20, 25 years ago, it's like not even believable.
Here's the doorbuster right here. It says here in this post, breaking news, Nestle confirms full support to use Bovaer in its supply chain of products. What's that? It says Bovaer is classified as a toxic drug in the US, not for human use due to risks of infertility and cancer. You don't say. And we often wonder, why is so many people getting cancer? Could it have something to do with the stuff that you use every single day? Every single day? You do your research and you're gonna find out that big food, big farm, all those guys are in bed together.
So we're gonna have reports. No, nothing's gonna happen very quickly. I think you're gonna find that Bobby he's a very rational guy. I found him to be very rational.
Figure out whose hands in whose pocket, which means find out who's paying to write the laws, who's in bed with who, and then you're gonna quickly understand, yeah, they're staying within lawful restrictions. Then the question you have to ask yourself is, do these lawful restrictions, are they better for me or worse for me? And are they better for the big corporations or worse for the big corporations?
We have collected over 450,000 U.S. signatures for what is now the largest food petition in U.S. history, asking Kellogg to serve Americans the safest and best version of products that they already make. Kellogg declined to meet with us and effectively told us that American children prefer the brighter colors, and they will continue selling the more toxic version as long as it is, quote, compliant with applicable relevant laws.
Figure out whose hands in whose pocket, which means find out who's paying to write the laws, who's in bed with who, and then you're gonna quickly understand, yeah, they're staying within lawful restrictions. Then the question you have to ask yourself is, do these lawful restrictions, are they better for me or worse for me? And are they better for the big corporations or worse for the big corporations? Real quick, folks, the sad thing is people are too lazy. They want easy. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to have to do any more research. One reason why you click the notification bell on this channel. Subscribe, because I'm always bringing it at you. Saves you guys a lot of time on research.
Which is why I'm here today. We need your help to stop this madness. After reviewing the conclusive evidence, 6 weeks ago, California was the first state to pass a bill banning all foods containing any of 6 artificial food dyes from public schools, including Fruit Loops. As an easy first step to improve our health, I believe Texas should follow suit. I am optimistic for the first time in 20 years, and I believe that Texas can be a thought leader in removing harmful ingredients from our foods. We can reverse this great American poisoning, and I believe we already have a playbook on how to do it.
So for one, usually California's leading the pack on some crazy stuff, but in this case, they're actually doing something good. I'm going to tell you about a couple other ingredients they're starting to slip in. It's just been approved. Yeah, that means they're heading in the wrong direction. Now, I've told people on other videos because they asked me, how do they get away with this? What can we do to stop them? You have to be American. And I'm talking about Canada and Mexico too. Patriotic might be a better word. Being part of a positive mission with morals, trying to make America healthy again. That means, like I've said before, voting with your dollars. As long as we keep buying stuff from Walmart, Target, Kroger, Walgreens, big box, big food. I could break down the numbers for you. We are actually funding them. They're not going to stop because we give them all of our money. Everything that we buy on a monthly basis, we cover everything that they need to keep doing what they're already doing. And that even includes paying off their settlements for lawsuits that they can't win. But if you guys haven't already and you don't have an option, we're big advocates at shopping from local farmers, from family-owned businesses. We're talking about debt-free family-owned businesses, private ones that they can't twist their arm into doing exactly what they want them to do. So if you guys would like to start voting with your dollars, be part of America that's making a difference, we've helped thousands of people switch stores to a place where you no longer have to spend endless hours researching and wondering if what you're buying is non-toxic and actually American made, and actually supporting a family-owned business that's paid off, and actually supporting a family-owned business that's debt-free, that is against all of that propaganda. Real quick, the great thing is this is money that you're already spending. You're just spending it in the wrong spots like Walmart, Amazon. If you've got a choice to get better from better and support a cause that you believe in, link down in the description and pinned comment, switchwithrhl.com. We've got a team of people from our community here that are helping thousands. We've already helped thousands of people switch to a better store. Probably not for everybody, but for some of you, a really good option. Coffee Mate. Woo! I used to love me some Coffee Mate, especially that flavored stuff, until I found out what I was actually eating. Even clothing lines. There is the Body Shop. There is companies in here that, if you look close enough, I'm sure that you thought that they were family owned. And they were at one point, with probably good ingredients and a good reputation until they got bought out. Everything stayed the same except for the ingredients. So if you think of something that you'd like to share with the community, please put it down in the comments. We all value everybody's input in the comments. And trust me, I've seen some comments that have threads of hundreds of comments, and it's helping people out. It's informing others. I want to know about where your garlic is coming from after hearing this one. Quick introduction. Apparently, certain places that they buy garlic and they send it to the US to be sold, like they've sold out half of our other stuff. And that's another thing to be thinking about, is they have sold out all of our manufacturing, all of our sourcing here in America to be supplied from other places. And then they figured out that we were figuring it out, so then they send it in a way where it can be fabricated a little bit or put together so they can slap Made in America stickers on it and try to fool us. It's all over the place. Check this out.
Ask yourself a question. Why would China be dyeing garlic white? Is it because they think the consumer likes it nice and bright and pristine and white? Or is it because it's grown in raw human sewage and they need to change the color from black to white? I heard this on the news the other day and I just had to find out what the heck this is all about. And here's what I found. Apparently, this problem is so prevalent that a bill had to be introduced by Senator Rick Scott. Go check it out on Google for yourself, and this is what you'll get. Today, Senator Rick Scott introduced the Stopping Eating Waste and Guarantee Excellence for Garlic Assurance and Regulatory Legislation to Inhibit Chinese Sewage Garlic Imports Act to ban the import of garlic from Communist China following reports that the garlic is grown in raw human sewage. Then, it's bleached and harvested in abhorrent conditions, often with slave labor. Senator Scott also released a public service announcement urging families to look out for Communist China's sewage garlic when grocery shopping.
Bet you didn't see that one coming. I couldn't believe it. I had to look it up. Look it up, because I'm going to remind you guys, everything that I'm telling you, you need to validate it, because this is for entertainment purposes only. Which also reminds me, at the end of this video, or do it now, pause it, do it now, share this out, because when they hear something that they don't like, they're going to pump the brakes on getting this out to people. It happens all the time to me. That's the problem about sharing the truth, that, you know, they don't always want everyone to know.